The American Revolution. Events before the Revolutionary War. Into solitary neglect, additional taxes, including the Stamp, Sugar, and Tea Act. Coercive acts which closed down Boston Port, revoked the Massachusetts Charter, reinstated the Quartering Act, and allowed British soldiers to be tried in England. And lack of representation in Parliament. At this point, colonists began sending letters to the King in Parliament complaining about taxation. John Dickinson was known for writing a famous series of complaints titled Letters from a Pennsylvania Farmer. His letters made clear that the British policies were wrong and deprived the colonists of their lawful rights. Ultimately, Letters from a Farmer urged united action on the part of the colonists.
In 1774, the First Continental Congress was formed, specifically in response to the Intolerable Acts. 12 of the 13 colonies attended, excluding Georgia. 4 very influential representatives were present, including George Washington, Sam Adams, John Adams, and Patrick Henry. This is a popular political cartoon that established a sense of unity among the colonies. The delegates made several major decisions. Among those was to send King George III a Declaration of Rights and Grievances that declared that taxes imposed on British colonists without their consent were unconstitutional. The declaration raised 14 main points of colonial protest, such as providing colonists with the same rights as those in Britain. However, King George III does not respond in fear of legitimizing the Congress. In April 1775, the first shots of the American Revolution were fired at the Battle of Lexington and Concord. British troops planned on destroying American ammunition in Concord. However, colonists discovered the plan and met British troops in Lexington to fight.
In response, the Second Continental Congress joined together in the summer of 1775. They organized an economic boycott of England and issued the Olive Branch Petition, asking the king to redress the colony's grievances and attempt to avoid a full-blown war with Great Britain. The petition affirmed the American loyalty to Great Britain and entreated the king to prevent further conflict. However, once again, the petition was rejected. The Battle of Bunker, also known as Breed's Hill, took place the same summer as part of the siege of Boston. It resulted in a British victory, although they suffered significant deaths and casualties. The battle did boost the morale of the Patriots, reassuring them that the defeating British was possible.
Not soon later did Thomas Paine's pamphlet Common Sense come out. At the time of its publication in January 1776, the goal of independence had not been decided upon. Independence from England was just one of many ideas or goals for fighting. Paine clarified why America should seek independence. He based his argument around a lot of natural laws that seemed to be common sense ideas, like, in the natural world, how does something smaller rule something larger? Paine's book made many Americans realize that war with the British was necessary and that it was time for America to gain independence. It also inspired many of the colonial troops to continue fighting and reinstated the reason why they were fighting. With this new inspiration of freedom, a committee was appointed in July 1776 to draft a Declaration of Independence. The document was written by Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers who pressed for democracy and the equal rights of man. The Declaration of Independence justified the right to revolt against a government that no longer guaranteed the man's natural and inalienable rights. It listed a series of grievances about why we are parting from Britain and declared us a sovereign nation apart from the rule of England.
At this point, the American Revolution was in full force, with battles throughout the country, and the Patriots were underway to achieving freedom.